Welcome to another episode of Why We Suffer. So, today we'll be talking about I can't say no. Like the oh yes members, oh yes members, yes, 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 yes. We'll be talking about this. So now I'll start with a story. It's about it's connected to the animal kingdom. It's a folk tale. So the king of the jungle or the animal kingdom wanted a successor. So he proposed a race between his two favorites, the rabbit and the tortoise. So the race took off. Who did you think won this race? I know most of you will say the rabbit, and I know some people that knows about this story will tell you the tortoise won. And some of you that haven't heard about this story will say it's not possible, it's impractical. How can the tortoise win the rabbit that is so fast? Well, let me clarify you. This race took off, and the rabbit, on his way to his goal, saw two friends that went to harvest carrot. They told him to come and help them to carry their carrot home. The rabbit forgot his goal, or did he deliberately leave itself and went to help them with the carrot home? Now, time wasted, can never be recovered. Sorry. So now, he got out from there. He continued. Another one came and said, "Oh, dear rabbit, please come. Dear, please come. Yeah, we are having a very grand party. If you should miss this party, you might never get a chance to attend a party like this in your lifetime." So the rabbit left his go again and went. I don't know if he was feeling so proud that he had much potential than the tortoise. I don't know, but that is just what happened. Why the tortoise, on the other hand, continued in his goal? The same request came to him. People came to ask, the tortoise rebuffed them. The tortoise disagreed in every possible manner to be distracted from his goal. He knew that at the end of the day, he has a goal. If he should achieve this goal of being the king of the animal kingdom, those people that hate him for saying no, those people that does not understand why he did that, will finally come back to him out of respect, if not for love. Out of respect, they will still come back to him. Now, you see why the rabbit came last, and the tortoise came first. Now, some of you have so much potential, but at the end of the day, many people that had so much potential went to the grave being potential, potential energy at rest, kinetic energy, energy in use. So now, some of those with much potential went to the grave with their potential. They rested with their potential. Why? That yes, 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 yes. Because of this, because of all these yeses. Now, you have a goal for the day. I'm saying that you have a goal for the day because I believe that everybody living should have a goal set for the day. Either you write it down or you have it in mind, because every day, according to what the Bible tells us, has enough worry for itself. So you should be prepared for every day. Say, this is what you are going to do for today. Understand? Not you should worry about what may happen that day, but instead plan what you want to do, for that they don't allow the day to plan you. Now, if you don't have a goal for the day, well, you might as well even say yes to the devil himself to his face, because you actually don't have anything doing. You don't have your mind set on anything, because a pirate or a sailor that goes on a voyage without a proper sense of direction or destination to where he's going will end up seeing every wind as favorable and unfavorable, because last you don't have where you are going to. Now let's come back to that goal. Now you have your goal set for the day, And everybody that says a goal for the day is supposed to pursue that goal. Now, you have to pursue that goal, and another friend comes to ask you for assistance with something. Let's say it's something not as important as life and death matter, because I think that is the only thing that can make you leave your goal for the day and assist. Okay, he comes to ask you for assistance for something, and you leave that your goal to assist that friend. Let me tell you what you're doing. One, you have rejected yourself. You have put yourself second here and put that person here. Two, you are assisting that friend to achieve his goal while your goal lies there wasting. Three, you have abandoned your generation unborn. You have abandoned your generation unborn. And four, you're a fool, a big one. Sorry to say this. Please, God, forgive me. Yes, and I will not repeat that word again. Now, if you should follow him, at the end of the day, your goal will be there. Your friend will go home fulfilled. Because now, why he came to you is because he's looking for people that will succumb to achieving his goal with him, while those people goes back home nothing. Now, he will go home feeling fulfilled, and you go home nothing. And then the next day, the goal that you are supposed to fulfill yesterday, you bring it back to the next day. Then it's just like carrying over a course in school. You're supposed to complete that course last semester. You carry it over, not to next semester, but to the next year. Now, who is deceiving who? Yeah, you think you are pleasing the person. You're not pleasing the person actually. Yes, you might be pleasing the person, yes, but the person doesn't actually love you. The person is actually using you. If you want to check, find out, tell the person no, and know if the person is actually using you. Tell the person no and see the person's reaction. Okay, tell him no and tell the person this is why, and see his reaction. You know that the person is a user. Many people in our life are users. They are using us to achieve their own destiny. And I don't blame them, because some people are just so, some people, I don't want to use that word again, but you know the word I wanted to use. Don't, don't become the used. I'm not there to become the user, but don't become the used. Don't become the used. Instead, wise up, because God has given you that spirit of wisdom. Use it to better your life. Now, you know you are in your planting season. You are supposed to be focusing on yourself. Okay, let's use that analogy of planting. We are both farmers and we go to the farm. There is your land in the other side, and here is my land here. So now we are to be planting. You started planting your own, and I started planting my own. Now, instead of me to concentrate and plant my own, like you called me over to come and help you and plant. Then I leave my farm with the seeds here and cross over to come and help you. Now, at the end of the day, we have finished planting your own. See the things that happened. My land is without seed. The day has gone. And three, possibly, you might come back to that land and some animals might have eaten your seed, or worst, thieves might have entered and carried your bag of seed because it's well packaged. They can easily move it. Now, the next day, I'm using this the next day as an analogy to is harvest. We both come to our farm. The little small one that I managed to plant, I'll take it, and your full farm, you have planted it. You will harvest a bountiful harvest. Now I go home within some minutes or so. The one I harvested and finished. What happens? I automatically become dependent. I depend. Okay, now I will come to you. Say, okay, please help me. I don't have something to eat. Help me. Possibly the person might give, possibly the person might not give. Okay, let's say you give me. Okay, I take it home, I eat because I don't have anything. at home, I'll still come back again and beg you because I'm feeling like entitled because I helped you. But actually, should I feel entitled? Well, you answer that question. Now I come like 2 or 3 times now, and what happens? You see me as a burden. Soon enough, you cast me away. Then I starve, beg from place to place, and there's no way. What happens? Well, possibly if the time of harvest goes long, I'll possibly go and sell that land. Okay, I've sold that land. Now, what happens when I give birth to kids now? I've given birth to kids now. What am I to feed them with? There is no land. One, there is no food. Two, what are they to grow on? What are they to grow on? What are they to feed on? Now, this analogy is connected to us. Now you are in your planting season. This planting season is called building season, growing season, development season. Now, this is a place you are. You are supposed to be doing everything possible to develop yourself all around, all around development. Now, you concentrate on pleasing other people. Then tomorrow, you become very unfortunate because that is your fate. Unless by the grace of God, one of those people that you please, which they don't do, remember you, but they will not. That is just a whole truth. I'll tell you, they can never remember you because they see it as your sole duty to please them. So would something good come to me and I will give it to a slave? Because if you are pleasing people, you're a slave to them, you're a slave to their approval. Okay, now that time comes now when I'm supposed to be develop myself, I not. Then tomorrow I become very unfortunate. I don't have anything. Possibly I get very unfortunate more and I give birth like what do they call it? Is it unwanted pregnancy or hard luck? I'll be wedlock. So now I give birth because we poor people like we like to give birth a lot. Ba, 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 ba. You give birth now. Those children now, what are they to feed on? No food. And because you have neglected your goals in life, possibly yes, like let's say 90% of the time or 95% of the time, you'll be in one of these bad habits: gambling, smoking, drinking. Maybe you become a thief, a cultist, and all manner of bad listen. Now, you have gotten into all those things. Now, those children, what are they to grow on? No food to grow on, one. No good education to grow on, two. You that is supposed to be bringing up those people with the knowledge you have about life, with the things that you have learned while you are developing yourself. There's nothing you have learned except to please people. Now you cannot even sit your children down to advise them on life. That is that land that I'm talking about that you have sold. You understand? Now there's nothing for them to feed on now. That moral, that mental, this assistance that you're supposed to provide for them, it is not there. Now, tell me, if those children should curse you, tell me if they are in the wrong or they are in the right. Just tell me. Now is the planting season. Imagine a racer running on a race and close to the finish line or not close to the finish line, but you are on track and all of a sudden one fine auntie with big bum pass, and instead of the racer being focused on that race, he says yes to that distraction. He says yes. What happened? One, two of many things might happen, or two things might happen. Either he trips and falls, or while looking, he must slow down or even stop self. The person behind will pass. Now, Apostle Paul said that we should run this race of life, not to be participants alone, but to be the winners, to come out on top. Now, there is always one person to win a race, and once he looked there, he has already lost that race. The next person behind him have carried that trophy. Now, you will go on regretting why did he look. Now is your chance not to regret in life. Now is your chance actually to refocus yourself, re evaluate yourself and know where you are going wrong. Now let me tell you, these are the things or times you can say yes. One, if that thing is of value and will add value to you in your self-development. One, if you are done with your daily goals and you have enough time to while away. Two, and while you are whiling away that time, if the thing that is brought to you is against your personal principles, it's automatically a no. And three, if that thing is a matter of life and death, those are the three things I think are worth it. And if that thing is godly, and then I don't always support that godly stuff because okay, even your goal is also godly. So the thing is godly, it has to be deep godly. And deep godly, I think, is a matter of life and death. If it's not a matter of life and death, or if it's something that you can just do in a snapping, then but mostly that being snappy is actually a trap because they will tell you that it will not take much of your time. And at the end of the day, the whole day is gone. You are still doing that thing. Please, you have to learn how to say no. Just imagine this. Jesus even talked about this in Matthew, I think Matthew 7, 3 to 5, I think so. When he said woe to you or something like that, that you have a plank in your eye and you're talking about the speck of dust in another person's eye. Now you have this plank in your eye and you want to go and help that your brother to remove that speck of dust in your eye, in his eye. Is that no foolishness? First of all, remove that plank in your own eye so that you can see clearly to remove that speck of dust in that person's eye. You see that now? Please do you first before you do another person. Because some of us have said yes, have said this word up to a point that people now see it as a duty, that they are now using us as nothing. You know, there's a time there's a point you do something, people will see it as a like it is their right. It is their right that when you do not say yes to their request, they get angry at you. Some of you are in that position now. And I tell you that yes, the first step to breaking that thing is to say no, stick on that no, and don't explain yourself. Because explaining yourself or saying that no will actually make you weak. And then it will actually make you not to say more no again. Because why? You have explained yourself. When you need to say no, and you don't have what to explain about, you feel bad about it. So start from saying no, small, small, and develop on that. Then they will now see value in you, see the principles that you have set, and then they will have no other choice but to adopt to it. Leave this word. This word is very dangerous. Let me tell you something. Someone that tries to please everybody will end up pleasing nobody. Yes. If you want to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. And it includes yourself. You are not pleasing yourself too. Everybody will be displeased with you. As a failure, when you become a failure, you'll be displeased with yourself. Everybody will be displeased with you. Your family will be displeased with you. When your relationship fails, you'll be displeased with yourself. When your life fails, you'll be displeased with yourself because you try to please everybody. You cannot please God and please them. You see, that is why they say somebody that tries to please everybody will end up not pleasing anybody, because if you try to please God, you have to do his own things. And if you want to please devil, you have to do his own things. Now, you are doing God's thing and you are doing devil's thing. Do you think that God will be happy with you or devil will be happy with you? No one will be happy with you. Devil will want to instigate yourself more, and God, a jealous God, will not actually be happy with you. That is how it is in human. When you are doing something, anything you are doing, there are people that will like you for it, and there are people that will hate you for it. Just write that thing down. So choose your principle and focus on it. People that will like you will come, and people that will hate you can go to anywhere they want. I'm not saying that you should go to hell. I don't pray anybody to go to hell, but they can go and sit down and rest somewhere and get out of your way. Know that this life, a yes here means a no there. If you say yes to something, you are saying no to another thing. Now, what do you say yes to and what do you say no determines the outcome of your life. So today, please say yes to your daily goals. Say yes to achieving and becoming a great in any area of life that you are, and say no to anything that doesn't actually help you to actualize that thing. Yes, fun from time to time is good, but then you know that everything in excess is bad. If that fun is against your goal, please, you are leaving your land to go and plant on another person's land, and at the end of the day, you go home without seed. I think I've said enough, and I'll be closing the video here. So I pray that God will help you to actualize your goals in life, to make commitment to becoming a better version of yourself, and to live pleasing people. To live pleasing people. Don't please people. That is my prayer for you. That you can be able to say yes to yourself today, so that God will say yes to your destiny. So that your destiny will be able to say yes to you. So that your children will be able to say yes, sir, yes, daddy to you tomorrow. And not your wife calling you papa, papa, papa this, mama this, or your family members calling a meeting and they will not call you. You'll be the one to call yourself to the meeting and there will be no check for you because you have actually said no to yourself and yes to another person. That person will be there being a big man in his own family while you are there being belittled even by your family, like your brothers, sisters, children. They will belittle you while you are their uncle or their aunt. They will belittle you because you continue to try to please them too, Sha, because you have nothing to rely on. So the only thing you rely on is pleasing people. So you might as well please people to the degree. And I pray that your children that you have brought to this world will not learn that character too, because it can be this thing. It can be passed down. I think so. Please today change, and may the peace of the Lord be with you and help you adhere to this video. In Jesus' name, Amen.